He's the lefty with the low arm slot, the quiet confidence, and the kind of command that speaks louder than words. Sean Sullivan brings more than just stuff to the Yard Goats. He brings poise, presence, and a work ethic that runs deep. You've seen the delivery. Now, get to know the competitor behind it. I think it's really cool because there's not too many professional athletes that get to pitch or play close to their hometown. You're from just outside of Boston, and you get to play in New England as a professional. What's that like?
Yeah, it's really awesome. Growing up just north of Boston, it's been really great for me just because my parents are able to come down and watch me pitch a lot, and just being close to home is always kind of comforting, especially when traveling so much during the year. But it's been awesome.
Tell me about your family.
Yeah, I actually have 3 older sisters. I'm the little baby in the family, and then my parents, and I have a little pug at home too.
Did you play in other sports growing up?
Yeah, I played basketball, mainly just baseball and basketball. I could always grab boards.
Were you a big kid compared to like your peers?
I was more of a late bloomer, I would say. I really hit a growth spurt like my junior year of high school. And that was kind of when I started picking up a lot more traction baseball-wise and stuff like that. But before then, I was kind of just a normal kid.
Let's talk about your pitching now. Is there, as you're a kid and just kind of getting into this, was there someone that you kind of modeled yourself after?
It's kind of just had that natural lower arm slot. It's very unique, and a lot of people say it's similar to like Chris Sale and stuff like that, but it was never really an intentional thing.
Talk to me about your high school career.
Yeah, so I went to Andover High School for 3 years, and then I repeated my junior year, and I went to a boarding school right off of Cape Cod, actually, called Timber Academy. And during COVID, actually, I kind of learned what a weight room was and started throwing a little bit harder. And then I kind of just started sending out some videos and emails and stuff, and I picked up some traction, and then I got a couple offers from most of the schools in the Northeast and things like that. Nothing too crazy. And then I eventually actually committed to Northwestern University in Chicago.
Batting, did you used to bat as a kid?
Yeah, I hit up until high school. I was never the best, but I loved it. Played a little first base, but I actually hit right-handed too, which is pretty.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I was just really happy to still be playing baseball, to be honest. And I just kind of went in there with my head down, and eventually was starting on the weekends there and picked up a lot of great experience. And eventually at the end of the year, our coaching staff ended up leaving, so I entered the transfer portal. I knew definitely if I was going to transfer, I was big on the academics too. I wanted to go, I wasn't going to transfer somewhere where that wasn't a priority for me, but I also wanted, I wanted that step up in baseball. And I knew Wake did a great job developing pitchers, and there's been a lot of history with that. So I just figured that was a great spot for me.
You look at your numbers, and they're really impressive since you signed with the Rockies and were drafted by Colorado. I think the thing that kind of jumps off of the pages is the ability to throw strikes. Everyone tells me that you have no chance at the big leagues if you can't throw strikes in the minor leagues. Your strikeout to walk ratio is really, really impressive. Has that always kind of been there? Or is that something that's really important to you?
I feel like every single time, and a walk happens, I feel like he scores. So I think over time, it's just I got tired of seeing guys getting on for free, and I'd rather just see him get a hit than get it walked.
Try to hold up with a swing, strike 3. That's the fastball from Sullivan.
You grew up a gigantic New England sports fan, being from Andover, Massachusetts. Give us the guys that you feel would be on that Mount Rushmore New England sports with you out of Boston.
Oof, you got to go Brady. I feel like Poppy's up there. I was a big Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. I like the Celtics. I love all the sports, so it's been a lot of fun watching them.
If you could face one hitter, anybody, dead or alive, who would it be?
Right now, I feel like it'd either be like Shohei or Judge. I feel like, you're always seeing those guys hitting long balls, so I think it'd be pretty cool to face.
What do you do in that situation? What do you throw in Ohtani and Judge?
I would love to just throw my whole mix and just see what's working. I would definitely have to mix it up, I would say, because I think if they saw the same pitch twice, one of them's probably going pretty far. But, I think it would be a great experience. Pretty cool.
I love watching you pitch, and I get this from fans all the time and scouts, and it's just the movement on the balls, and I say it's great when Sully pitches. You're going to see some bad swings, which is, I know it's frustrating for the guys on the other side, but that's kind of your game, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you know, you look at the velo and it's never going to be jumping. You know, it's not like I'm up and throwing the upper 90s or anything like that. But I think, you know, I have a unique arm angle where the ball kind of comes out and it's kind of almost like tricking your eyes a little bit, if that makes sense. And I think that, along with kind of just having a good 3-pitch mix, has been kind of able to lead to some of my success so far.
Sean, can you just show the full squat and how you prep to face a hitter?
Yeah, it's not really like a show thing. It's more of just me, how I get my lower half and kind of into my legs a little bit, and just kind of my pre-pitch routine for how I come set.
Sean, show us the grip in your fastball.
Yeah, so I have just kind of a normal 4-seam grip. I have my fingers a little bit closer together. I feel like it kind of helps me just stay behind the ball a little bit better, but it's more of a comfort thing. Everyone's hands are a little different, but that's how I hold mine.
How about the slider?
So my slider, I get on the bottom of the horseshoe and just kind of try to just cut the ball in half almost.
And you change up?
My changeup, it's almost like more of a 4-seam changeup. I do more of like almost like a prong ball. So I have it in between my thumb and my middle finger, and then my pointer finger and my ring finger on the sides.
What's your favorite pitch to throw?
My favorite pitch is my fastball. It's always kind of been my go-to pitch. I think it's a unique fastball. Even though it's not, you know, crazy numbers on the velo, I think it's just a unique pitch, and I've seen a lot of success with it.
Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
What's the most enjoyable thing for you being a professional baseball player?
I would say just going out there and, I mean, I don't really feel like this is my job. You know, I feel like I'm just playing summer. You know, it's just what I'm doing. I would be doing this either way. So I think this isn't really a job for me. I just come out here and I love the process. I love just trying to get better and, you know, just competing. That's what I like to do.
In Hartford, I always say that obviously you guys, ballpark was just named yesterday by Newsweek as the top AA park in the country, but getting a chance to play with the big crowds and you know they're backing you, they know who you are. I mean, to be an athlete in this town is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, Charlie and Thomas came in yesterday and they were like, what do you think of the ballpark? It's pretty sweet, right? Especially being kind of a hometown kid, I feel like they show me a little extra love out there, which is awesome. But I think it's great. You know, you look around, it's pretty much up there with anything I've seen.
Have you ever thought about, with so many guys going from Hartford and not even having a full season AAA and then going to Colorado, have you thought what it would be like to pitch for the Rockies someday?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's obviously the dream, and I think there's a lot of work to do to get there. That's obviously one of my goals. Hopefully one day I'll be there.
From the backfields of Andover, Massachusetts, to the Cape, Northwestern, and Wake Forest, Sean Sullivan has always found his own way. With deception, determination, and a calm that never cracks, he's carving out his place in Hartford, one pitch, one start, one moment at a time. For the Yard Goats, he's not just a pitcher, he's part of the foundation. And for Sean Sullivan, the journey's just getting started.